Today we are going to start a new chapter. The chapter is Center of Gravity. Now just imagine what is the word saying. Center of gravity. What is the meaning of center? Center means a point which is in the middle or which is the main point, that is known as center point. Now, what is the meaning of gravity? Gravity means weight, gravitational force. You must know about this. Now, what is the combined word saying? Center of gravity. So center of gravity means the point at which the weight of the body is concentrated. Okay, just imagine, let us check. Suppose this is a pen. Where is the center of gravity of this pen? You can imagine this pen as a straight line. Okay, so this is the line. So on the line, where is the exact point at which the weight of this pen is concentrated? That point is known as center of gravity of this pen. Okay, how can you define it? Just randomly we can check it practically. Suppose I am holding this pen from this point. Okay, so the pen is in straight horizontal position. Okay, it means what? The center of gravity of this pen is resting at this point. Okay, this particular point from which I am holding this pen. But what happens if I am holding this pen from some another point? Let us check. Hold it very lightly, not tightly. Okay, let us see. Now I am holding this pen from this left corner. Okay, let us check what happens. Oh, see this. The pen is bending. The pen is bent down in the right direction. It means what? The weight on the right side of the pen will increasing. So this point cannot be the center of gravity of the pen. Okay, similarly, let us check again. Okay, again I am holding this pen with midpoint. Okay, so again this is horizontal. So this point is the center of gravity of the pen. Right? Let us see some another point. Now I am holding this pen from this point. Let us see what happens. Oh, the pen is again going down, not remains horizontal. So it means at this point also center of gravity of the pen is not existing. Okay, so there is only one option to keep the pen in horizontal straight position. The pen must be hold at the midpoint. So keep the pen horizontal, hold the pen from the midpoint, so it will be the center of gravity of the horizontal pen. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to study about many center of gravities, like for the lines, for the circles, for the semicircles. Similarly, we will understand the center of gravity of some 3D volumes also, like cylinders, cones, spheres, etc. Now, this chapter is very lengthy. Actually, the center of gravity means to find the center of gravity. To find center means what? To find center means, suppose this is the center of gravity of the pen at midpoint, then we have to find its coordinate. Its coordinate in 2D means x coordinate and y coordinate. For that, what you will need? You will need x-axis and y-axis. Without axis, you cannot find the coordinate of the certain points. So, first of all, what is our need? Our need is to calculate the point. Our need is to locate the point exactly on the substance. Then after the location, we have to calculate its coordinate from y-axis and from x-axis. So that coordinate is known as xy coordinate, means to find the center of gravity. The coordinate may be in meters, maybe in millimeters, or maybe in centimeters. By locating and by finding the center of gravity, we will design the structures. Now, what is the practical application of this center of gravity? First of all, to remain this any substance, any pen, any chair, any tables stable. Okay, so for this method, center of gravity is must required. You also have imagine in your classrooms. Suppose two or three friends are sitting on the benches, okay, and somehow due to unbalance of the weight of your friends and you, the benches is getting unstable like this. Okay, so this time you are trying to stable yourself. Okay, so by this way you are again keeping the center of gravity at original place. So when center of gravity will disturb, your obstacles are much more. Means what? When center of gravity disturbed, your benches will get disturbed and maybe it fall down. Okay. Similarly for the buildings, if in the buildings center of gravities are not at the appropriate place, then buildings may be collapsing. Okay. It means what? If center of gravity is disturbing, it means what? Indirectly, the load on the other elements will be increasing, or some load on the remaining element will be decreasing. So this increase and this decrease in the load will disturb the center of gravity. So by disturbing center of gravity, the building can be failed. Okay, so first of all, we are going to study the center of gravity of 2D element. Then after we are going to study center of gravity of 3D element. Okay, so first of all, we will start with the 2D element center of gravity. We will calculate the center of gravity. We will locate the center of gravity. We will find the center of gravity on X and Y axis. Okay, actually, the fixed formulas are there. Like for the line, what is the center of gravity? For the semicircle, what is the center of gravity? For the triangle, what is the center of gravity? And according to that formula, we are finding X and Y coordinates of center of gravity. Actually, these formulas are also derived formulas with the help of integration. So first of all, we will find the coordinates. We will start some numericals also. Then after, we will derive the formula by integration method. Okay, so it is the reverse process. I am not deriving the formula first. I am just showing how the formula is applicable in the numericals. Then after we will derive the equation of the formula. Okay, so let us see some coordinates of center of gravity. Approximately, I will show you the coordinate of line, straight line with different cases. Let us check on the screen. Okay students, so let us check the coordinate of the center of gravity of a straight line. First of all, I am drawing a straight line like horizontal line. Okay, now what we have to do is, we have to draw two axes, x-axis and y-axis. Let us check how. From the left side, from the left corner of this line, you just have to draw the x-axis, horizontal x-axis, actually overlapping this line, but I am not drawing it intentionally. From the same left corner, you have to draw a y-axis also. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis. Now where is the location of center of gravity? At the midpoint of this line, means it is G, center of gravity. So if the length of this line is L, suppose, then this distance up to CG will be L by 2. So L by 2 means this distance is known as x coordinate of the CG. Okay, and this point is resting on x-axis, so its y coordinate will be 0. Okay, so what is x coordinate? It is L by 2. And what is y coordinate? It is 0. So this is the case number 1. When the line is resting on x-axis, the coordinate of the line of the center of gravity is x coordinate will be L by 2 and y coordinate will be 0. Let us check case number 2. If the straight line is vertical, then what happens? From the bottom of the line, just draw x-axis, and from the same bottom, overlapping the line, you can draw y-axis. So where is the line? This is the line. Center of gravity will be at midpoint G. So total length of the line is L. This line is L by 2 up to CG. So this is the vertical distance L by 2. So this vertical distance is known as y. In the same way, this center of gravity is resting on y-axis. So its x coordinate will become 0. Okay. So now what are the coordinates? X coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is L by 2 for this center of gravity G. So this is the case number 2 when the line is on the y-axis in vertical position. Now let us check what happens if the line is inclined. Let us see. If the line is inclined like this, making an angle theta with horizontal. Suppose this is the center of gravity at the midpoint of the line. So this length is L by 2 up to CG. Now draw x and y axis. Just from the bottom of the line, end point, draw an x axis. Then after, draw y axis from the same point. Now we have to calculate the coordinates of this center of gravity G. So this will be the x coordinate, this will be the y coordinate. For that, concentrate on this triangle. This triangle is a right angle triangle, in which hypotenuse, this hypotenuse is L by 2, making an angle theta with horizontal. So what happens with the base and what happens with the vertical line? The base will be L by 2 cos theta, while this vertical side will be L by 2 sin theta. Ultimately, these are the coordinates of this point G, x and y coordinates. So x means horizontal coordinate will be L by 2 cos theta for this center of gravity, means this distance is L by 2 cos theta, and this vertical distance means y coordinate will be L by 2 sin theta. So for the inclined line, x coordinate will be L by 2 cos theta and y coordinate will be L by 2 sin theta. So these are the coordinate systems for the straight line in the horizontal position, for the straight line in the vertical position, and the fourth straight line, same straight line in the inclined position. See, now this is the initialization of the chapter. Furthermore, we will study the center of gravity of circle, we will study the center of gravity of the semicircle, we will study the center of gravity of even quarter circle separately. Actually, this formula will be derived with the help of integration. We will show the integration later on. Now, when the things become tedious, if these shapes, lines, semicircles, circles, quarter circles comes in combination to you, okay, suppose one figure is given, suppose let us see one figure is given like this, one line is given there, then after a semicircle is given there, then after at the end of semicircle one circle is drawn like this, and you have to find the combination of CG. This is the suppose semicircle, and you have to find the combination of center of gravity of all these parts. Then it will become very tedious. So separate formulas are there for this type of calculations. Okay, so let us see lecture by lecture how the chapter will going to be difficult, will going to be tedious. So in this chapter you will require calculator much more, so always keep calculator with you, and we will start this type of sums in the next lecture. I will give you the list of formula for different shapes, for the lines, for the circles, for the semicircles, for the quarter circle. Remember, this is the 2D lecture. Okay, later on we will study the 3D also, means cones, cylinders, spheres, etc. So keep calculator with you, write down some notes in your notebook at your own while watching this video, and we will start soon with numericals in the next lecture. Thank you students, goodbye.